Scared of nothing. I'm talking to every social media demon out there. You've attacked our pastors. You've attacked our church. You don't know what you're talking about. You got a rebellious carnal spirit, and God is coming after you if you don't get right and straighten up. I came by to tell you, Jesus said, upon this rock I'll build my church, and social media shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and slander shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and the lies of men shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell shall not come against it. Scared of nothing. I'm talking to every social media demon out there. You've attacked our pastors. You've attacked our church. You don't know what you're talking about. You got a rebellious carnal spirit, and God is coming after you if you don't get right and straighten up. I came by to tell you, Jesus said, upon this rock I'll build my church, and social media shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and slander shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and the lies of men shall not come against it. Upon this rock I'll build my church, and the gates of hell shall not come against it.
Welcome, 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 everybody. This is Pastor Robert L. Carpenter, the second Pastor Robert of the COG Equity Podcast. Welcome to our first podcast, our first edition of our podcast. It is now, those of you watching us live on Facebook, X, and YouTube, you can go ahead and share this, all 8,700 of you on Facebook, and then also all of you that are on X, about 4,700 of you, go ahead and share this right now, retweet this, and then also all of you, 20,000, we hit over 20,000, thank you so much. All 20,000 you subscribers, 20,400 I believe is where we're at today. Go ahead and share this with 2 or 3 people right now. Share this, especially if you know people that are in Indianapolis at the Church of God General Assembly. It's going on this week in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we're gonna be doing each night this week. We're going to be kind of just doing a recap of what's going on. So that'll be tomorrow night, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And if we have to do anything Friday, we will do that as well. So go ahead and share this with somebody. It's time. Hot dog, as Bishop Randy White used to say, hot dog is church time. I tell you what, I'm so excited about this new podcast. And we're so excited. We're so excited because we have so many of you. Now, this podcast is now available those of you listening to us on iHeartRadio Podcast, also, Amazon Music Podcast, also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. So please, we're available wherever you podcast. Share this right now. Give us some ratings. Go ahead and get us up in the algorithm so we can go ahead and make a name for ourselves. Our hashtag, there's 2 hashtags that we have tonight and today, or whenever you're watching this, listening to this. Our hashtag for this episode and all the episodes this week will be hashtag COG Equity. That's COGEQUITY, COG Equity, all one word. And also for this week especially, our hashtag will be hashtag GA for General Assembly, GA24, GA24. Put it in your comments, whatever you're sharing this with somebody, and let somebody know right now. And we want to welcome you here. And there it is right there, the hashtag GA24. Even if you're sharing this on the podcast platforms, go ahead. That will get people that are interested in it and seeing what's going on. And we'll be good. We're glad to go. And so we also want to let you know that as we are starting this new podcast off, now for those of you used to be with the RN Diva, Real Talk with the RN Diva and Pastor Robert, that's still going on. We'll have a podcast this week. That's also available wherever you podcast. But this is something different. This is church related, and this is specifically related to the Church of God, Cleveland, Tennessee. Now, someone asked me, what's the purpose of this podcast? Because this podcast really unofficially has been going on for several years, really. But between Dr. Samuel Ellis's letters and the memes and different things, like the documents that have been posted. But we want to let you know, the COG Equity Podcast, which premieres on Tuesday, June 9th, 2024 on all podcast platforms, hosted by former third-generation Church of God preacher, Pastor Robert, that's me. This podcast delves into critical issues within the Church of God, Cleveland, Tennessee denomination, from diversity and equity and inclusion. You've heard those words before. Alleged discrimination and fiduciary malfeasance. The COG Equity Podcast will cover it all. Join us as we explore the 138-year history of the classical Pentecostal denomination and address cultural issues as well as racism. Tune in for insightful discussions and a journey towards a more equitable future. And again, hashtag is COG Equity and also GA24. And if you all really support this and really get this out there, we will even you put your comments down below. We'll read them live. But also for those of you who are on YouTube, you can do super chats. Let me go over here and find that. You can do super chats. We have super chats now with YouTube. So definitely, you want to take advantage of that. Then also, my dear hearts, we're also, let's turn this down here. There we go. Okay, we got that going. This is just setting this all up. There we are. So you can go in there, those of you on YouTube, and you can go ahead and send your super chats as well with your comments, and also you can make your donations there as well. Also, want to let you know right off, we'll take a break and let you know about this. Remind you, this is currently supported only by you, the listener, and the viewer. So if you want to donate, there is the information right there on your screen. I'll read it for those of you who are not listening. Not watching, rather. It is. If you have a Zelle, you can go send that to Rob Carpenter II at iCloud.com if you want to send some donation to Zelle. If you have Cash App, $ Rob Carpenter 2, Venmo at Rob Carpenter 2, Coinbase with your cryptocurrency, you can send it to Rob Carpenter II, and also if you'd like to Patreon at Rob Carpenter 2, and you can also support us by going to buymeacoffee.com /the RCTV network. And then those of you, of course, on YouTube can also send super chats, and we'll read those live on the air. And if you all really behave yourself and do good, we would even get this, take some phone calls during some of these podcasts. All right? You ready to get going? I think you are. Now, listen, last week, we're going to go through this very quickly. So if you need to rewind at some point, or you can do that. But share this with some people. Now, last week, we were doing preparing to do a podcast on the Church of God, Florida, Cocoa Leesburg office podcast, the campground, rather. And in the midst of doing our research, because we do research and we do look everything up that we're talking about, we don't just willy-nilly just get on here and talk about stuff. But in the midst of that, we came across some information that was kind of like, uh-oh. And then when we came on the broadcast, because we were actually going to tape it on the 4th of July and then air it on the 5th of July. But then while we were on with decided to go live with the information we found out, live on the air, we found some more information. And if those of you watching that podcast, you could see the look on my face like, uh-oh, I just stumbled across something that I wasn't expecting to stumble across. And so that is the topic for today's podcast, the mystery of North Bay Community Church of God. The mystery of North Bay Community Church of God. Let's go through this. So now we were looking at this, and Anthony Pelt, he changed the name back in 2023. He did a name change, okay, for a church named North Bay Community Church of God. Okay, you with me? Now, when we saw this name change, here it is. Let's go ahead and zoom this in. And for those of you listening on our podcast, you can go to youtube.com or at Rob Carpenter 2. Pastor Robert, just look us up there. Or you can go on my Facebook page on X as well. But while we were doing that, while we were looking for that information, we came across this. And this is a 2023 Florida non-for-profit corporation reinstatement. Okay? So there's this church here named North Bay Community Church of God. On August 2nd, 2023, it says current place of business, 4015 North US Highway 1, Cocoa, Florida. That is the physical location of the Florida Cocoa State Office at that time. Then the mailing address that you see there was changed to 4015 North US Highway 1, Cocoa, Florida, which is the address of the state office, Florida Cocoa Church of God, Florida State Office at the time. There is the tax ID number. You don't need to see that. Then it says name and address of current registered agent, the person who is making this change, authorized to make the change, Anthony T. Pelt. They're again using the state office address. There is his electronic signature on August 2nd, 2023, and it offered the president of this North Bay Community Church of God, Incorporated, as Anthony Pelt. Again, now you notice there's no officers. There is his electronic signature again. You see, there's no officers. That is a Florida non-for-profit. A non-for-profit cannot have one officer. Okay? You can't. An LLC can. An LLC can, or maybe a for-profit business, but a sole proprietorship rather. But a non-for-profit has to have a certain amount of officers in order to be valid. That's not the case here. But here's the thing about it. The name was changed. You ready for this? The name was changed to the Church of God. Let me do this. Let me show you this. Here we go. And we'll zoom this one in as well. The name was changed to. If I share your screen again, okay. All right. So let's see here. 1 second, it's telling me that something went out here. So let's do this. All right. It was changed to the North Bay Community Church of God. Name was changed to the Church of God, Florida. No, Church of God Executive Office, Cocoa, Florida. There we go. See that? There we go. Now, I wondered where this North Bay Community Church of God Incorporated was located. But look at the document here. This official document. You can go to sunbiz.org and look for it yourself. The name of the corporation, North Bay Community Church of God, Inc. It was send this correspondence to Anita McDaniel, CPA. They're in Merritt Island, Florida, which is in Brevard County, near where the state office location is. And then it was also, for further information, contact Melissa Johnson, who's one of the workers there at the Church of God, Florida Cocoa State Office. There goes the state office phone number. Okay, let's continue. Articles of amendment, two articles of incorporation of the North Bay Community Church of God. These are the articles, the amended articles here. If amending name, enter the new name of the corporation. Church of God Executive Office, Florida, Cocoa, Florida, Inc. So he changed the name of a local church to the state office name. And at the state office address. That's kind of weird. New principal office address, not applicable. Enter new mailing address, not applicable. If amending the registered agent, not applicable. New registered agent signature, nothing there. No officers, none changed, none removed, none added. If amending or adding additional articles, interchange here in A, not applicable. You'll see a pattern here. This is a church, and as they would say in wrestling, a church with parts unknown, because we don't know where the church was. And this was done on August 3rd, 2023. And you see there also, that it says there, the sworn statement there, check 1, adoption of amendments. The amendments were adopted by the members, and the number of votes cast for the amendments were sufficient for approval. And that's what he checked. He didn't check there are no members entitled to vote on the amendment. He didn't check that one. He checked that there was a vote and a number of votes cast, but he didn't put who voted. And there you see his signature, Anthony Pelt, president. That's it. That was in August 3rd, 2023, almost a year ago, 11 months ago. So I did not know where this place was. And especially since we all know that on January 31st, and just in case you don't know, on January 31st, the state Cocoa, Florida state office was sold for $450,000. And that's kind of how we got on this, Jag, because we're trying to find out where the state office is. Some, as they say, who the men say that I am? Who the men say, where they say the state office is. Some say it's at the campground in Leesburg. Some say it's in somebody's house. Some say it's at an office suite being rented. Some say there is no state office anymore. But who do you say? What do you say? Put your comments down below if you know. So anyway, that's how we got started on this. Now, in the midst of all that, we ended up finding out that we found the North Bay Community Church of God. Yes, we did. Yes, we sure did. We sure did. It wouldn't be me if it was. It wouldn't be me if we didn't find it. So now, I'm going to post this on the Facebook page now because I've been holding back this information to right now. And you're going to be quite amazed at what we're about to share you. Again, go ahead and share this, like this, with some people right now that you think would lead to more, especially the folk out there in up there in Indianapolis, huh? Yeah. Go ahead and share this. The mystery, and we're putting it on our Facebook page now. The mystery of the North Bay Church Community. Sorry, got to put the community in there. Community Church of God Incorporated is solved. Is solved. Okay, it's solved. All right, now we're putting this so you can see this. Just hold on here. We had to keep this on the wraps until we verified everything. If you hear some thunder and lightning out there, yes, it is thundering and lightning. Praise his holy name. We need it down here in Florida. We need it. We need it. We need it. Now, let's go ahead and post this. And then we're going to show it to you. Ladies and gentlemen, while that's uploading. Woo! All right. There we go. We had our time out waiting, and now we're about to show this to you. And, be a little prepared to be wild because this one, I didn't see this one coming. All right, let's share this tab instead. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We found it, y'all. We found it. The mysterious, the missing, not the state office. Still trying to look at what the state office is. This is from Google Maps. That is the building where the North Bay Community Church of God Incorporated is located. Let's go a little further. This is a side view. There's some apartments and everything just to connected to the property there. There it is. There it is right there, boy. That's the sign on the side of the building. North Bay Community Church of God, 1706 Flower Avenue. Ready for it? Panama City, Florida. Panama City, Florida. Do y'all know where that is? That's way up there. Okay. Let me see here. The 1706 Flower, as they say about Flower Avenue, Panama City, Florida. Let me just show you, because remember, let's go back now. Remember, the corporation was changed to the state office name and said the principal address for this church in Panama City was located at 4015 North US Highway 1. Let me just give you perspective here, because I want to show you just how far them folk were having to go to church. From Panama City all the way to Cocoa, Florida, North US Highway 1, US 1. I'm showing you here. Here we go. Now, ooh, mercy. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to believe this. But then again, the church there in I'm so tickled I can't even type. Listen, the church, North Bay Church of God, whose address was changed to the was changed to Cocoa, the state office address, 1706 Flower Avenue, Panama City, Florida. I'm gonna show you the second. I want to see directions. Okay. 4015 US Highway 1. Oh, okay. Let's switch them out here. Okay. Now, y'all ready for this? Are y'all ready for this? Those of you listening, you got to see this. Ladies and gentlemen, from North Bay Community Church of God in Panama City, Florida, to the state office where they're currently listed since August 2nd, August 3rd, 2023, as their physical address, physical location in Cocoa, Florida, is 405 miles. 405 miles, 6 hours and 2-minute drive. So that church there, and you see it there, you see it, 404 miles, some say 411 miles, give or take, which route you take. Look at that. Huh? I mean, you see that? That's a long ride. That's where the address and the principal place of business for the North Bay Community Church of God was changed by Anthony Pelt. So right here again, here's the actual document again filed. There it is, current place, principal place of business, U.S. Highway 1, Cocoa. So the church moved on paper. On paper, it moved 405 miles. Now, full disclosure, the church, the pastor, lady named, I think, Virginia Lynch, if I'm not mistaken. Let's look on the sign. We just look on the little sign here. Let's see. Hold on. Let's look on the little sign. There we go. Sister Lynch. Her name was Lynch. You'll see her name come up here in a second. But she passed, and so they could not get a pastor up there, or whatever the case. And so the church basically closed down. Now, full disclosure, the overseer, the bishop, does have a right. If a church is defunct, nobody's there, you can't get nobody to go there, the pastor or to attend. And if they have property, then the state would assume the property. No problem with that. The church apparently was defunct at least since 2021. He just did this in 2023. Now, here's the issue, dear hearts. He changed the name. Get rid of that one there. We're not dealing with that. Okay. He changed the name. Watch this. I'm getting ready to throw a curveball on you. He changed the name, as we saw, August 3rd. What? August 3rd, 2023. Correct? We all on the same page, right? Okay, there it is. I'm showing it to you again. August 3rd, 2023. Here's what we found out, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope you're ready for this. Are you ready? Come on, somebody tell me. I'm ready. Let me see in the comments. Let me see the comments if you're ready. Come on, all of you on YouTube. If you're in the comments there, let me know if you're ready. Okay, let's see here. I'm about to blow your mind. I'm about to blow your mind. You ready for this? Now, when you look up that address on the Bay County Property Appraiser's Office, again, this is all public record. So before you all get butthurt, say, why he doing it? No, this is public record. I can look at it just like you can. You can look at it just like I can. Now, Sister Lynch died, the pastor died. I don't know if it was 2020, 2019, maybe COVID. That's hard. Maybe COVID took her out. God bless her. But look here. The church was sold. You see that right there? On February 16, 2021. Are you seeing this? For $35,500. Let me go back. Yes. This building right here. Let me see if I can get an even wider shot. Okay, that's about the same. This building right here was sold for $35,500 on February 16th, 2021. And the signers on that document were, or at least is their names on there. We would assume that they be putting folk name on stuff and don't even tell them. But anyway, I digress. Look at this, saints, friends. February 16, 2021, sale price $35,500. Now, does that building look like it's only worth $35,500? They didn't sell that for pennies on the dollar. They sold it for pennies. Literally. Those of you who are listening on the podcast platform, you got to go see this. Pull this. So you can pull it up on Google Maps yourself, or Google 1706 Flower Avenue, Panama City, Florida. You'll see a big blue building there. Looks like maybe it been a bank or a restaurant or something like that. Got more than one air conditioning unit in it. And you see it at the top. But anyway, they sold it. And the grantors, the signers on that sale were Arnold Williams, C.C. Pratt, and Clinton Ruddock. Yes, my dear hearts. And here, just so I wanted to make it real, here it is. There goes Prayer by Burke Blue, Panama City Beach Farm. This is a corrective warranty deal. Let me go to the original one here. February. Here's the original one. Let's share this one instead. And we're looking at this. Those who listen on the podcast, here's the general warranty deed based on a sale for $35,500. Made this February 16, 2021, by Arnold Williams, C.C. Pratt, and Clinton Ruddock as trustees, and Anthony Pelp, administrative bishop of the Florida Cocoa Church of God, and the currently duly appointed state board of trustees of the church, 1706 Flower Avenue, Panama City, Florida 32405. Here and after called the grantor to the city of Panama City, a municipal corporation. So they sold it to the city for $35,500. Now, take a breath, 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 take a breath. Now, was this put before the state council? Who knows? Was this negotiated? Who knows? Because clearly, I would say it couldn't have been negotiated, because in 2021, we were still in the middle of COVID. And yeah, the market was fluctuating, but it wasn't that bad. I mean, if that were a shack falling over off the foundation, maybe. That's a block building, dear hearts. It's a block building. Tile on the roof, air conditioning units, glass doors, entrances, and windows. Even if it's in a lower scale neighborhood, it's sitting on its own property. $35,000. Now, the question I have, which you may have as well, is what happened to the $35,500 once it was sold? Reason why I asked that is because, remember, they're paying on a campground that was bought for $1.485 million. Started the process in 1991, and it's 2024, and still trying to raise money to pay for it. I don't quite understand that. Okay, Mother Roberts from Fifth Street Church of God, we're ready. You ready, brother? I'm going, okay, here. What happened to Wright? L.M. Wright is not a part of Florida Cocoa Office, and he hasn't been for several years. So, looking at chronologically, Mother Roberts, it would make sense that he's not on there because he was not on the part. Although he's still on Fifth Street, West Palm Beach, listed as one of their trustees, even though, again, he's not a member of the Cocoa Office, not a member of Fifth Street Church of God, but Anthony Pelt just puts whoever he wants to on people's property and Sundays. So that's the deal. And then 3 months later, Lord have mercy, another deed was sold. Maybe it's to finish out some stuff. Some of you realtor people can help me on this. May 16th, 5 days after my birthday, and 4 days before Quantrell's, $100 corrective warranty deed. So basically, to the city of Panama City, Florida. So basically, their hearts, they sold this building. That was a defunct church in Panama City for $35,600 back in 2021. Now, good business would say that would have been known by the state council, approved by the state council, but the men that would have been negotiated. I'm sure they could have gotten more money since it was from the city or anybody really. But if you just didn't want to be bothered with it, say, okay, just sell it for whatever you can. But again, where'd the money go? Where did the money go? As Tom Cruise said to Jerry Maguire, show me the money. or actually that was Cuba Gooding that said to Tom Cruise, show me the money. Okay, where'd the money go? Because you're still trying to pay on a campground for 33 years. And that could have gone on the principal. Go on, put your comments down below. Those of you listening on the podcast platform, you can put your comments there after it's over. But while you're listening here, but this is what the mystery. This is the mystery here. Here are the documents. Let me go to them again. Boom, that's one document there. Corrective warranty deed. That's May 5th. Arnold Williams, C.C. Pratt, Clinton Ruddock as trustees, and Anthony Pelt, administrative bishop. There you go. There it is. The mystery. $10. Corrective warranty deed. Huh. Sound like something when he did that Fifth Street, tried to sell the deed there for $10 to Arnold Williams, C.C. Pratt, and Mel L. Martin Wright, but the judge reversed that. Interesting. I'm forgive me, I'm just talking out loud. And here's the original deed where it sold it for $35,500 on February 16, 2021. And here. Let's go further. We're not finished. Okay, Virginia M. Lynch was the pastor, and she lived apparently just right down the street, right around the corner there. Here's the deed from when she got the property. Look at this. She bought the property from a lady named Lakeisha Ash in 2018. I wonder how much. And they gave it to her. They sold it to her for $1. Okay. So COVID, I'm wondering if COVID took her out. So that was 2021. But listen, they sold the church. They sold the church. Anthony Pelt, Clinton Ruddock, Arnold Williams. They got C.C. Pratt on there, but I don't believe he was aware of it because he's retired. But nonetheless, they sold the church building for $35,000. This building right here, $35,600. But here's the thing. Let's look at this comment here from Barbara Roberts, West Palm Beach, 5th Street. She was one of the ones that was excommunicated, her and the husband. Someone is going to jail. Well, mother, woo, Lord. Because here's the thing. Here's the thing. Here's the thing along with that. If the building was sold, no, not if. The building was sold in 2021. We've confirmed that. Sold for $35,500. That means if there's no church there, there's no building, there's nothing there, that money should either be sitting somewhere in an account or it should have been put on the principal for the campground that's still trying to pay for it. But my thing is this. If the church was defunct in 2021, then pray tell me why in 2023, a whole 2 years later, you decided, oh, you know what? I'm going to change the name of that defunct church to the state office. And I'm going to move that, because here's the thing. Watch this. Ready? Here you go. Let me help you out. If the church was defunct, understand something, then, there we go. If the church was defunct, understand, if they didn't file their annual report by May something of each year, they were administratively dissolved. The state would automatically just dissolve it. Now, that doesn't mean they can't be reinstated and all like that. And that's what that was. Look at that. He reinstated the church. Watch. Oh, my God. I just realized this. It just hit me. Jesus Christ. Lord, help me, Jesus. Help me. Woo! Y'all ready for this? You ready? When you don't file your annual report each year, you become administratively dissolved. The state automatically does it. Just boom. It's just a computer thing. Boop, boop, boop. When you want to reinstate it, you have to pay a fee, and then you can reinstate it and get back to doing business. Now, you can still be having your account and all that stuff open, but if you try to go to do another account to do the business, when they check the sun bids, they're going to say, oh, no, you're dissolved. Apparently they were dissolved because if you notice right there, it says 2023, Florida Not-for-Profit Corporation reinstatement, the church. So he reinstated the church as if the church is still active, changed the name of the church to the state office, moved the address, the principal place of business of the church to the state office address, and put only himself on there, but there's no church. The church is dissolved. And they certainly haven't moved. How many miles is that? How many miles was that? 404 miles, give or take. The church certainly didn't move 404 miles to start having service. So, dear hearts, if I'm not mistaken, that's not the truth. Ooh. Ooh. Only one person's name is on there. There it is. Antonio Telefair Pelt. I'm just making that name now. Anthony Pelt. It's only his signature. Do you know that it is a third-degree felony to falsify information on the Department of Corporations knowingly, punishable by fine or jail time? Why would 2 years and 3 months and 4 months after you sold the church building, there's nobody there. We granted, nothing wrong with that. Why would 2.5 years later, why would Anthony Pelt reinstate the corporation as if the church, and then act as if the church has moved to the state office, which he ended up selling 5 months later, and we don't know where the state office is. So as of right now, listen to her. As of right now, on paper, to the state of Florida Department of Corporations believes, by sworn document by Anthony Pelt, as of today, they believe that North Bay Community Church of God of Panama City was reinstated in August 2023, moved the church to 4015 North US Highway 1 in Cocoa, Florida, which is the address of the state office, and then changed their name to the state office, and it's doing business. Because remember, the document said that the appropriate votes and everything were done. Ooh. Think we got ourselves a lying preacher. Uh-oh. Ooh, my. We're going to take a little break, little 30-second time, 30-second time out. Let's see, maybe not 30 seconds. Let's take about a 1 minute time. We're going to take about 1 minute time out. We'll be right back.
Real Talk with the RN Diva and Pastor Robert podcast. Now streaming on X and wherever you podcast. Let's go.
Hey there, this is Pastor Robert L. Carver II, and I'm so glad that you joined me here. I have something I want to let you know. You see how high gas is? You see we have a baby formula shortage. We also have food that's high. Inflation is high. What is going on? Well, things may get worse before they get better, and you need to be prepared. Go to preparewithrobert.com. Go to preparewithrobert.com. Brought to you by My Patriot Supply. Get emergency food kits right there for 2,000 plus calories a day. You're going to need that. It's brought to you by My Patriot Supply. Go to preparewithrobert.com. Don't be left behind. Be ready now. Let's go. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Welcome back to the first of our COG Equity podcasts, brought to you by Pastor Robert and the RCTV Network. Our first podcast is The Mystery of the North Bay Community Church of God. We just solved it right here. Better than Perry Mason, Kojak. or MacGyver or somebody, Lord. Okay, anyway, you see it right there. You see it. You saw it right there. Those of you on the podcast platform, please feel free to go to my Facebook page or go to YouTube, and you can pull up this video and you can see that. Now, what we may do, we can see if we can post it there in the podcast platforms. Not sure if we can, but we'll see. That's what we got going on, Saints. That's what we got going on. Now, there is a recording of Tim Hill. And we opened up our podcast tonight with Tim Hill from 2 years ago, where he was having a meltdown about social media. And just for the fun of it, we're gonna pull that back up because I'm telling you, I can't. Every time I watch it, I just get tickled. I get tickled, and the mofo say I just get tickled pink. You know, because he had a meltdown. He's gonna have a meltdown. Now he's speaking on Tuesday at the General Assembly at I think 9 a.m. I think whenever it is, I don't know. I'm not keeping up with it, but somebody we got boots on the ground in the assembly and behind the scenes. But just for historical sake, let's share this tab one more time, just for the fun of it, and then we'll be right back. There we go. I hope that y'all looked into his beady eyes. I hope you looked into his beady eyes. He had a meltdown that day. Lord have mercy. Okay, listen. We solved the mystery of the North Bay Community Church of God. This is what I want to know. This is what I want to know. What are you, brethren, going to do about it? Those of you in the church, are you going to continue to elect somebody to positions and just let them get by with this? Again, the church was defunct. You know, if you can't feed nobody in there, nobody keeping it, fine, they own the building. But to sell it for $35,600 in 2021, where'd the money go? Number two, where'd the money go? Number two, why, when they lost their corporate status, I'm sure at some point in 2021 or 2022, did you reinstate them in 2023, change the name of the church to the state office, and move the church physical place to Cocoa, the state office? Why? So you can do business? Yeah, Mother Robert said not a thing. Yeah, let them done. Well, they may not do it. They may not do anything. They may not do anything, but understand something. At some point, there's going to be a class action suit or something. Because remember, we've shared with you, and we're going to share with you some more further on the podcast, since we're starting our COG Equity podcast, available wherever you podcast. Where we're going to be speaking to one of the brethren, the treasurer there for the Violent Terrace New Testament Church of God in Hartford, Connecticut, where Kenneth Lamar Hill, the administrative bishop of there, is threatening to put the church up for sale. The churches they own, they bought, they paid for. But the bishop wants the church, and he wants to list it for sale if they don't turn over the book to them, because he wants to merge it with this guy who just started the church. That's a guy, a couple, just started a church, but you want to take the people that got the building and paid for it for 45, 46, 77 years. Now you want to give it to somebody else who just started out. And no, you want to give that to them, and then you want to take the money in the bank accounts. We know that game. So there's a pattern here. Wayne Doherty allegedly did this in Tennessee, closing down churches, merging. But understand, Violent Terrace New Testament Church of God in Hartford, Connecticut is not defunct. Never has been defunct. Fifth Street Church of God in West Palm Beach has never been defunct. Now, their pastor might be defunct, but they've never been defunct. I don't know if their pastor like church. It's always canceled. But anyway, But they still, you know what? I'm gonna show you because see, people always trying to say Ellis and Covenant, they just be lying, Lord Jesus, they be lying. No, they're not, because I'm gonna show you here in real time, how much he just goes on and just changes churches, corporate records, and whatever he feel like that morning, he want to do it. And here's the thing about it. And again, this is not Fort Smyrna, my home church down there. This is not to the new Pastor Yuma. I'm not saying nothing against Yuma. But he Pelt knows that y'all have good money in the account, and he knows that you have property adjacent to the church. And there's nothing, even though y'all got 10, 12 people on your thing, which is fine. Do it how you go. But here's the thing about it. There's nothing stopping him from just going in there, putting whoever he wants on there. You all wouldn't be none the wiser. So I recommend, let me just say this. I recommend, did he change it? I bet he changed it. I bet he changed it, y'all. Let's see if he changed it. Let's see if he changed Fifth Street back to their elected office. Because the last 7 years, it's been who he put on there. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. I bet he went and changed it. Look at there. Yeah, see, you gotta keep on the pressure. Gotta keep on the pressure. Let's see here. Let's go here. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, but he changed it. He changed it now because the heat is on it. But see, it doesn't matter. All them 7 years that you lied and said that Martin Wright, C.C. Pratt, and Arlen Williams were the trustees of that church. Let's see here. Let's go here. Let's put it like this. Let's see here. See if we come here. Uh-huh. Let's see what we have here. Uh-huh. Well. Let's see here. He changed it, y'all. Isn't that something? No, he didn't. No, I'm sorry. No, he didn't. This is what I'm talking about. For those of you listening on the podcast platform, you can go to sunbiz.org, search records, go to search by name, and just put in 5. You can actually put in Fifth, F-I-F-T-H, Street, spell it out, Church of God, Inc. It says principal place of business, 629 5th Street, West Palm Beach. But look here. Still as of April 30th, 2024, he has Nathaniel Reeves as the registered agent. He has trustee Arnold Williams, 4015 North U.S. Highway 1. Claudius Pratt, 4015 North U.S. Highway 1. Martin L. Wright, 4015 North U.S. Highway 1. First of all, they are not the trustees of that church. Second of all, nobody's there at 4015 North U.S. Highway 1. That's not the state office address anymore. They sold it to Wynn Plaza, LLC. So you filed that, again, on the annual report on April 30th, 2024. So you filed something that you knew was untrue. You didn't even have the decency of sense to change the address. So that's another lie. That's another third-degree felony. Look, the church is located in West Palm Beach. He filed it on April 30th. Do y'all see that? I make sure. Huh? Do y'all see that? Mother Robinson, you see that? This. So April 30th, he filed it and still put fake trustees and gave an improper address. If you send, they're not there. It's Wynn Plaza LLC who allegedly bought. That's a whole other story. The state office. But they have the deed. The state office is not at 4015. That's why they have a P.O. box now. So here again, you knowingly and willingly put false information that you know was untrue. April 30th, the state office was already sold and gone. Wow. Good God Almighty. Listen, I can't with y'all. I can't with y'all. Listen, dear hearts, I'm done. I'm done for the night. I'm done for the night. We've gone 55 minutes. Listen, you want to tune in to this new podcast, COG Equity, available wherever you podcast, also available on Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, X, formerly known as Twitter. Share this right now. Send this to everybody out there in Indianapolis right now. This is not cool at all. Somebody is literally falsifying information for some reason. Remember, let's go back. Let's review in our last 5 minutes here. He changed the North Bay Church of God. He changed the address. The church was defunct. As the bishop, he has the right to take a church that's no longer, there, nobody there, couldn't get a pastor there. He sold it in 2021 to the city of Panama City, Florida, for $35,600. Then, because there was no church there, or whatever the case, the church ended up becoming defunct. Okay? But however, in August 2023, 2 years later, he reinstated the church, the North Bay Community Church of God Incorporated, changed his name to the Church of God Executive Office, Cocoa, Florida, Inc., moved its principal place of address from Panama City, the 411 miles all the way to Cocoa, Florida, to the state office, as if they were having church there. He sold the state office on January 31st, 2024, for $400 and some thousand, allegedly, to Gwynn Plaza Korean Company, LLC, although they're carrying about a $250,000 mortgage out of the $415,000. So I still can't understand that. But nonetheless, they're not there at the state office. We're still trying to figure out where they are. They're at the campground, at somebody's house, they're at an office suite, renting space, but they're not there. That's why they had to use a P.O. box for the mail. But where's the $35,600? And number two is what was done with it. Number three, maybe I'm off on my numbers here. Number three, why would you reinstate the church and make it look like they're having church and they moved all the way 411 miles to the state office location when 5 months later they're not there? You're not there. Nobody's there except some Koreans trying to get their building started. But then I was showing how he likes to just go on to different churches and just change this, Sundays and just change stuff. That's what Kenneth Lamar Hill did with Violent Terrorist New Testament Church of God in Hartford, Connecticut. Just change the trustees online. He's done that. And I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, but it looks like no. Still, for about 7th or 8th year in a row, he has Arnold Williams, Martin Wright, Claudius Pratt as the trustees for the Fifth Street Church of God in West Palm Beach, 2.5, 3 hours from Cocoa. But he still had their address as Cocoa, which nobody's there for the church. They sold it. So there, that was on April 30th, 2024. He lied again, put false information. Why? And if y'all elect him back to the Council of 18 or any general position or even as state overseer, then you deserve what you get. I'm sorry. Because there's no excuse for this amount of malfeasance, no transparency. If you ain't doing nothing wrong, why you gotta hide everything? Why everybody gotta find everything from the COG Equity Podcast? I don't know. But anyway, we thank you so much for being here with us. My time is up. I've got 50 seconds left. We'll be back again tomorrow. Share this with everybody you know. Share with everybody you know. Lord have mercy. Up in Indianapolis, in Florida, Cocoa office, share it to those precious saints of Violent Terrorists, New Testament Church of God in Hartford, Connecticut. Share it with them because something in the milk ain't clean. And we got one more comment here. Mother, God bless you. Be blessed. Be blessed. I'm still praying for you. We're still fighting for you all down in West Palm Beach. If you'd like to be a blessing to what we're doing here, I think we've shown that we're doing the work here. He's doing the work, Lord Jesus. We doing it. I didn't expect to have to do all of this, but we're doing it. If you would like to be a blessing to what we're doing here for this podcast, support this new podcast, the COG Equity Podcast. If you have Zelle, you can send it. Use the email address robcarpenterii at iCloud.com on Zelle, robcarpenterii at iCloud.com. If you have Cash App, you can do $ Rob Carpenter 2, Rob Carpenter 2 on Cash App. If you want to send Venmo, you can do it at Rob Carpenter 2. And also, if you have cryptocurrency, you can send it to at Rob Carpenter II, PayPal at Rob Carpenter 2. And if you want to do another way you can do it, buymeacoffee.com/the RCTV Network. And if you'd like to become a member of our channel on YouTube, just go there on our YouTube channel, click membership, and we have 3 tiers. We'll have exclusive content just for those of you who are our members on YouTube, for myself and the RN Diva, and you'll really enjoy it. You'll really enjoy it. I'm so glad you take this time out. We'll see you next time right here on the COG Equity Podcast. Peace.